Hi, my name is Ashley Scher. I'm the founder and CEO of Share Love Fund. Today we are doing a 10-minute prenatal exercise for incarcerated women, and this exercise is going to focus on isometric contractions to help build strength in our transverse abdominals. So you can join me on a bed or a mat. You can be on the floor or on a mat, it doesn't matter. You could even be in a chair and modify in a chair this way. The beautiful thing about yoga is that you don't need anything but yourself and your breath. So let's take a few centering breaths together before we start. By placing your hands on your legs, it's a grounding position, and it reminds you that you can focus on yourself at this time, no matter what distractions may fall quite literally in your lap, or no matter what garbage comes your way. Here, let's take a deep breath in, and then when we blow out to really strengthen our pelvic floor, we're gonna blow out going like this. Like you're blowing a bubble, a slow, long breath. You don't want to pop the bubble, but you want to fill it up so it's big. You can also think of your breath as sipping a noodle and pushing the noodle out. Thinking of yourself as long and thin and flexible, able to react, able to respond. We don't want to react. We're able to respond instead of react, able to get out of fight and flight, and just feel really centered with a sense of presence. We are here now. What is, and acceptance of the present moment. Inhale, exhale. As we inhale, we'll stretch, opening up the side body, warming up those transverse, warming up our obliques on this side, and then keeping our breath like this, as if we're blowing a bubble. And inhale on the other side. Blowing out the bubble. Thinking about the length between your inhale and your exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bringing it to the other side. We'll again inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Trying to think about a ratio of 1 inhale for every 2 counts of the exhale. It's been shown when our exhales are a little bit longer than our inhales, without strain, it can help us calm down, settle our nervous system, and so forth. With an inhale, we'll reach our arms up and shrug the shoulders down, releasing any tension. Maybe you want to put your neck side to side, do a neck circle, and we'll inhale up, and when we exhale, we'll walk our hands forward, and then we'll walk them to one side, again really stretching that side body. And we can walk our hands to the other side, stretching the side body somewhere. From here, we'll take an inhale up and an exhale down, noticing how we feel. You can do a little hip circle to loosen up the hips. Again, with the inhale and exhale. Yoga means to yoke or connect or unite, and it's reuniting of the breath with the body. Doesn't mean to be a pretzel. It just means to let your breath work for you and to move with your breath. From here, I invite you to lay on your back. If you're not comfortable laying down, you can also modify by doing this in a chair. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a hand on each hip. And as we have a hand on each hip, I'm going to invite you to think about, what if your hands were magnets? And what if your hands were magnets trying to draw themselves in? Because a lot of us in pregnancy, including myself at diastasis, we have an abdominal tear. So this really helps bring it back together. So we're not going to actually push our hands together. Just gonna imagine that our hands are magnets and these hip bones are drawn together. So another way you can do this, because sometimes in postnatal, there's just no feeling yet in this area. It could feel numb. So another way to do this is to say the letter C, K, K. But try not stress yourself. But if you kind of try to say the letter C like silently, in a peaceful way, it really also engages those transverse abdominal muscles, which is part of the postnatal healing. Now we can connect our breath, so we can do this a little more smoothly, thinking about that noodle analogy, or blowing a bubble. So inhale with the nose, and then as we exhale, think about drawing the two sides together, the two hips. If it helps increase stimulation of the area, maybe you don't have too much feeling there. If you've just delivered, you can put just like one finger on each hip to really kind of remind it to wake up. And we're not really moving the hips, we're moving the abdominals. We're contracting the abdominals. Isometric contractions is what we're doing. But by putting the hands on the hips, it kind of reminds ourselves for the abdominals to work. When you feel comfortable, you can slowly get up, and when you're getting up, you could use your hands for support if you need, but really think of contracting each little abdominal as you go, like a little crunch. They say easy come, easy go, and sometimes these slow movements really do a lot of more work for us. And then we can kind of go back again, inhaling and slowly breathing out, really drawing attention to this area. The hands on hips. If it is easier for you, or it feels better because each of our bodies is different, you can put your hand on your belly. And we'll try to come forward. If that doesn't work for you, if that's too much, just contracting your stomach in a way, just doing a crunch even without movement, just like this does something. So that also works. That is tightening the pelvic floor and the abdominals inward. And then to work the transverse abdominals, which we're trying to do now, you're going to think of the abdominals squeezing together this way, laterally. So this kind of helps us vertically zip it up, and then this helps us laterally zip it up. With an inhale, you can put your arms up, sweep them around to reward yourself for this work. And then slowly, really working the muscles, bring it up. try this a little bit in a seated position. So we can have our fingertips on our hips. Inhale and exhale. And as we inhale and exhale, you can think about, do you feel more connection when you're lying down or when you're seated up? How do you get the most out of this exercise? What posture serves you? And this is an example of the many decisions that we can make. We can control our breath. If we're doing this exercise, we can decide whether to do it laying flat on our back or sitting up. There are many micro decisions that we have control over every day. And those are the decisions that matter. Those are the decisions that build us up from within. And honor the body and the self. And with a strong body, then that helps us be equipped to deal with everyday situations. With this, we will conclude our practice today.